Hello, guys. Welcome back. It is time for the grand final prediction video for Overwatch League season number 2. Now, just to be clear, this is not the number one. It's not the very last video that I will be doing on Overwatch League this season. I will be covering some stuff when it becomes public about player moves, staff moves, players that have retired, things like that. Just so that for the people who don't follow a bunch of the Overwatch League sources and players and coaches and talent, that if they don't follow that stuff, then you can still be up to date on the latest moves and trends just by subscribing to the YouTube channel. So I will still be covering that kind of stuff. I also plan on doing a little series where I talk about each team and what direction I think they should go in for next year, maybe even like potential moves. And then it's just going to be getting ready for the 2020 season. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep is coming out in a couple of days, and being the Destiny nerd that I am, I will be on that. Look for content relating to that as well, but not abandoning Overwatch at all. I'll still be playing it some, and I'll still be following all of the OWL stuff, of course. It's just we're getting into the slow season because after today, the matches are over. And really, looking at the two teams left, I mean, it's fitting. These are the two best teams all season long. I will still argue that the Titans were not the second best team in the playoffs. I still think Vancouver was better, but Vancouver beat them head to head. They clutched out, won in map 7, so I can't say anything to that. There's no argument to that because in the end of the day, results speak, and Vancouver have just been such a clutch team this whole season. So I'm going to go over a case for both teams, and then I'm going to say who I think is going to win. So the case for San Francisco, I think you could say that this is a more talented roster for sure. Looking at their tank line, which will likely be Smurf and Choyobin, but even their two backups. When you look at Vancouver, they have Janu, who is tremendous MVP candidate. But you also have Tizzy, who has played very well on the Orisa, but Orisa is a very low skill cap hero. More about positioning and communication than obviously there isn't a whole lot of mechanical skill involved. I mean, you're spamming your choke. I guess if someone jumps at you, your ability to hit them at close is a mechanical thing, but mostly, come on, it's Orisa. Low skill cap hero for sure. So I like the talent in San Francisco's tank line more. I like their talent more on support as well, if only barely. I think Moth is the best main support in the league. I think he has been all season long, and he's still just criminally underrated. I don't know if it's because of the team he's on, or just the role in general or what, but he's been so effing good on all of the roles. There have been a couple of points where I remember him throwing on Batiste for some reason, but he's also had amazing plays on Batiste, and his Lucio is just so good. He's such a cornerstone for the San Francisco team. And then, of course, Violet has one of the highest pop-off potentials of any of the supports in the league. I'd say maybe the highest. I mean, he's got to be up there with Jonak. Twilight and Slime are phenomenal as well. And then looking at the DPS players, Haxall, I mean, the guy's amazing. But then, like, the combination of Stitch, Somansu, and Hureg, I just like San Francisco's more. They have the MVP in Sinatra. They have who very well could have been the MVP last year in Striker, even though he has suffered a pretty bad hand injury. So his play might be up in the air. I'm honestly not sure. They have Architect, who is incredible. They traded Baby Bay, who went on to start for a playoff team in the Rain. So they are just absolutely loaded when it comes to the DPS players. Oh, and let's not forget about Rascal, who played Brig for most of the season, but is extremely good on the Pharah, very good at a bunch of the other projectiles like Genji. Personally, I think he's the best Mei in the world, and it's not even close. So it's just talent-wise, they are so absolutely loaded. Um, and also, I would give them a slight coaching advantage. Both of these teams have tremendous, tremendous coaching staffs. Um, but I would also give San Francisco's. And then the other case for San Francisco is just the eye test and the results. They lost to Atlanta Reign on a C9. If they did not C9, they would have won that match. It was down to last fight. They were going to win that. There's no way they don't if they stay on the cart. And then when they got to the lower bracket, they 4-0'd London Spitfire, defending champs by the way. They just ran through everybody else, 4-0'd the Gladiators, 4-0'd the Spark, and boom, here they are. What more can you say? If you watch the matches, you understand that it was brutal. I think they had a much tougher schedule than the Titans. The Titans beat the Dynasty, a pretty good team. They beat the Gladiators, who are a good team. They won a playoff match. But that same team, Gladiators took 2 maps off Titans. Gladiators took 0 maps off Shock. And then they did edge the New York Excel in a very close matchup. So I would say their strength of opponents beaten is definitely a little bit weaker than San Francisco's. When you've taken down the defending champs and then just 4-0 everyone on your way back up. Oh yeah, and of course they 4-0'd New York as well in the losers finals. So 16-0 run. It was pretty insane to see. I wouldn't say that I was surprised that much because it's the Shock. They've been showing us this the whole year. So I think you could definitely make a stronger case for San Francisco in terms of results and talent, and I would go coaching as well. The thing for the Titans, though, I've been saying it all year. They're clutch. I don't know what it is. They've been playing together for a very long time. This team has amazing synergy. They have amazing coaching staff as well, and they up and down the roster. I don't think they have a consistent weak spot. I thought it might be the secondary DPS role besides Hacksaw, but that has not been the case. Stitch has played extremely well when he's been in, so I really do like this Titans team as well. They are stacked from top to bottom, but I definitely lean more towards Shock. I think Shock should win this match. I think it shouldn't really be that close. Like I said, I thought that in this meta, New York had a better grasp of it and was a slightly superior team to the Titans. That didn't quite pan out, but the Titans did not. The Titans didn't set themselves as significantly better and head and shoulders above New York Excel. And San Francisco obliterated New York. So we should see obliteration today, but I don't think that's what happens. I think Vancouver keeps this really close, and that's why I think it's a gimme. Especially since it's just first to 4 maps. If they were playing more maps, if they were doing a best of 3 series, going to 4 maps, so first team to get to 4 wins match 1, and then you have to win 4 maps again. You have to restart the whole match, and you have to do that twice. I think that would lend more towards the Shock. But the Titans, they're just going to keep it close. They're going to take some maps, look for control, especially to be maps that go to them. And they're going to have it to be so that it's going to come down to these last couple of fights. Which is, that's all we can hope for with the grand finals, you know? You want it to be extremely close. And then obviously, if you're a fan of one of the teams, you really, really, really badly want your team to win. But I just feel like throughout the entire season, it's the Shock for me. It's just the Shock. I'm going to pick them. I think they probably win it in 6. I could see it going to 7. But they look so good. Losing that match to the Reign was devastating for them, but I think it also gave them clarity, especially for a playoff run. And since then, they've been playing loose. They've been playing really, really, really well together. And they're just showing why this team is so effing stacked. I remember going into the season, I was like, this is a top 6, top 8 team easily. If they synergize well and have really good team chemistry, then they should be the best. They have the highest ceiling. at least on par with like the Spitfire, and I think they've definitely shown that their ceiling is even higher than the Spitfire now. So I think San Francisco Shock are your season 2 champs. It just feels like that's the way. Vancouver had an amazing season. They took the league by storm. I don't know if any team, especially if they do end up winning, I don't think a team could possibly have a better start to a league. I mean, they're a new team. Obviously, San Francisco was a team in the league last year. They have a lot of new players, but they do retain some of them. But yeah, I think the Shock are your 2019 OWL champs. They'll solidify themselves as the second team to win the grand finals. I'm just super excited to see the match. It's been a while since we've seen anything, so it's going to be super fucking hype. We're gonna see the what's it called? Wells Fargo Center in Philly just absolutely explode. I think the crowd is going to be amazing. I wish I could be there. Honestly, there's a ton of streamers and and little communities within Overwatch that are meeting up, and a lot of them meeting each other for the first time. People that you're friends with online. I think that's amazing. Just a couple of more of the things that Overwatch League has really done for this community. I really do think it's saved the game. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited. We got Zed performing beforehand. Not really my kind of thing, but if you're a Zed fan, that is cool. As you can see, the ticket's completely sold out, which is awesome. And here we go, 2:30. It's going down. Two best teams in the entire league. As you can see, we got pretty much the same setup. The desk, it's going to be Puckett hosting it. Malik, the other host, actually just got married the other day, so big congrats to him. That's awesome. But the other desk analysts, you got Zoe, you got Bren, you got Sideshow, the usuals. They're bringing back Golden Boy as stage host, hype man, which is awesome. They're gonna have Danny and Emily taking care of the interviews and providing insider information, and of course the casters. It's my favorite, even though I honestly do love all four of the caster combos for OWL. Hexagrams and Semler have really grown on me since last year. I love the addition of Wolf and Achilleos. Monte Cristo and Doa are amazing as well, of course. But my favorite, it's gotta be Mr. X and Uber. Mr. X, the guy who has the best facial expressions in all of OWL, and Uber, the rap god himself. So it's going to be super, super hyped. I'm sure a lot of people are chilling at FanFest right now. I hope you guys all had a good time there. Got to meet some of your friends, and you got to see some streamers and pro players that are there as well. It's an amazing event. I am super excited for it. I will definitely be watching. Final prediction: San Francisco Shock 4-3. I think fuck it, it goes to 7 because I want to see a map 7. Last year the grand finals weren't that close, and I think that they will be this year. And that's it. It's over. OWL Season 2, 2019. It was an absolutely great season. I will make more videos of like season wrap-ups going forward. I don't want to put that on the end of this one. But seriously, thank you guys very much for watching all these videos, following along. You guys are awesome. And here's to 2020. Hopefully we get one more amazing matchup between the two best teams in the league, and then we can start planning for travel OWL 2020. It's going to be awesome, and I hope you guys have yourselves a absolutely wonderful, awe-inspiring couple of days, and I'll see you in the next one.